Now, this next fellow, I adore his work. He's a total incongruity to his age and his evolved state of linguistic skills. And we love him. Christopher P. Gazeent.
Thank you, Hayden. This one is rather topical. Referendum. Society's pincers manipulate us with carefully wrought images and words, illusions that are so powerful that we can scarcely tell what's real. We send thoughts that fizzle out on the way from brain to limbs, and prayers that rise into the atmosphere until they pop and their remains drop back to earth. My id conjures bittersweet dreams of urban neighborhoods and de facto brotherhood, secession from the oppressed nation, independence at last from the monarchy. Naturally, the serfs would vote for this separation into a free paradise of coffee and guitars. But the referendum has been declared illegal by a draconian government. I, at least, recognize our sovereignty as a bohemian state inhabited by prophets and visionaries, seers who can perceive wild passion even through walls and doors and windows. The ritual. A head-on collision between theory and praxis sees metal crumpled and bodies destroyed. I walk beneath scant moonlight with the varmints of the night rustling and howling through the leaves. When the empire is crumbling, who will the patriots be? Surely those loyal to the diadem will be the dunces, as the old flag becomes kindle in the temporal fireplace that has been out of order through the hegemony. Time flows between chromosomes down the waterfall as criminals keep getting away with the most heinous crimes. Someday I will lay my head on the pillow of eternity, gnarled white beard and lined brown skin, and the videotape will come to an abrupt end. For now the black hole still pulls with all its might, so that children will age a century in the time it takes for a train to fulfill the ritual of derailment as civilization tumbles off of the edge of the flat earth. This one, there's a kind of an obscure pathology called Cotard's delusion, in which the patient believes that he or she is already dead. And Cotard, the psychiatrist, I suppose, for whom the delusion is named, had a patient whom he called Mademoiselle X. So this is called Monsieur X, c'est moi. Entre la petite mort et la petite naissance, une pièce de résistance. At 18 years old, puppets fill the massive green field with monstrous countenances, as the old Silesian master with his bread oven and aioli dresses up as a latter-day Uncle Sam, pant legs rippling in the fierce northern kingdom wind, the wind that on any given day can influence the movement of the satellites. I was the mayor of Las Palmas, in my little tent in the woods, armed with reed pipes. Now theremins whine as aerial sonic symbols for neither psychopaths nor children playing pretend, but seekers of the peace of a flock of sheep. Never mind who is white and who is black. Criminal fetishism behind me. I somehow listen to records and songs released after my death. Call me Monsieur X, like a patient of Cotard. If the physical world is naught but a wild conspiracy theory, if shadowy figures maneuvering through the fog turn out to be the prophets pious men had for so long revered, then the flesh that I am so convinced is putrefying will return to the great pageant that with its flags and costumes provides a running commentary to the usurpation of the throne. Thank you, and as a footnote to that, in July 2010 I apprenticed for the Bread and Puppet Theater in Glover, Vermont, which is run by Peter Schumann, who is from Silesia. And this is the last poem I'll read, my most recent poem, The Wealth of Agency. What do the wolves know about humanity? A tumultuous chemical romance in my brain jolts my body out of bed so that I may sustain my growling belly with foodstuffs. Letters rearrange themselves in the elastic alphabet so that even the most cultivated of princes become paupers again, begging for gold coins in the penurious alleyways. Your voice comes through in the tin can, telling me about the mine in your head where the kobold haunts your thoughts. Duty doth make widows of us all. We weep into handkerchiefs for our late bridegrooms who parted the living room curtains in the morning and brewed coffee to warm our lips. Now we fester in indolence, nervously petting house cats and wasting all the infinite time gifted us. There are certain missives that cannot be forgotten, with their poison dart words that call into question everything ever thought to be known. I've spent a decade of labor in the salt mines, with nothing to show but pieces of paper signed by presidents and provosts. Meanwhile, my soul, which once shone so golden, is now a dull lump of lead. If muted adulterous passion is the definition of maturity, then my body may begin the rite of falling to pieces, so that my bloated midsection can fit into the coffin that awaits, undertaker humming a tune to pass the time. So shall we all be consumed. Thank you.